You're watching Newsday TV. Thanks for joining us. I'm Ken Buffa. High school athletes in Hempstead are getting a new field of dreams. Newsday TV's Macy Eglin explains.
An exciting day for the community and students at Hempstead High School with the unveiling of their brand new athletic complex.
It means a lot for because I feel like it was long overdue, something we should have had.
About 2 years ago, students approached their principal asking for a new field. It used to be dirt and grass and hadn't been updated in nearly 50 years. Now they're playing on brand new turf.
Along with the brand new turf, this athletic complex also has brand new stands, new goalposts, and these stadium lights, which will allow them to host night games for the first time ever.
Because we do have a lot of great scholar athletes, we said this is the least we can do as a school district, because we would like to see many more of our athletes go to school on athletic scholarship as well as academic scholarship. So it's an exciting day.
This $6 million project building confidence in the athletes and the community.
Well, it's a big step for the school, a step in the right path, because it's something that we've always needed or something we've always wanted. I feel like the kids really deserved it.
We know that we have some other things that we need to address, but this is the start of something big. And together, we can truly create a school district that our scholars can be proud of.
Reporting for Newsday TV, I'm Macy Eglin.
And there was a victory parade for the Massapequa Little League softball team. The team was paraded around Massapequa Park tonight. The girls made history by becoming the first New York softball team ever to win the Little League World Series. Even Mr. Met and Mrs. Met there joined in on the celebrations. The girls were escorted in a caravan of Cadillacs around Park Boulevard. And they were standout varsity tennis players until an accused drunk driver ended their lives. Today, the teens were remembered at one of the biggest tennis events in the world. Sherry Einhorn has the story.
The lives of two young tennis players killed by an alleged wrong-way drunk driver are being remembered on day one of the U.S. Open.
As good a tennis player as he was a better human being. He learned at a young age the importance of being kind and making others smile.
I think about how we probably walked through every single step of this building so many times, and how he loved it, and how he'd make me stay to all hours of the night and never wanted to leave.
14-year-olds Ethan Falkowitz and Drew Hassenbein, both accomplished varsity tennis players for Roslyn High School, were killed May 3rd when the car they were riding in was hit by a pickup truck that police say was driven by Amandeep Singh. According to court papers, his blood alcohol level was nearly twice the legal limit, and investigators say he was driving 95 miles an hour in the wrong direction. Both families were guests of the United States Tennis Association on Monday at a place they said felt like home. This is obviously an incredibly emotional day for both of these fathers. This is the first time they're here at the U.S. Open without their sons.
You just put one foot in front of the other, and that's all you can do. There's no way of getting around it or getting over it. You just try to walk with it and try to honor your son the best you can.
And the world lost out here, because no matter what we do in his honor, there will be nothing compared to what he could have done on his own.
Both teens are described as extraordinary, driven, and passionate in tennis and in life, with so much more left to do with their young lives. I'm Sherry Einhorn for Newsday TV.
Now for more on how these teens are being remembered, click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. And 2 people in Suffolk County have been diagnosed with the West Nile virus at the first of the year. The county health department says both are over 50 years old and are recovering. They're from Huntington and Southampton. So far, there are no reported cases in Nassau County. And environmental groups are putting out their Dirty Dozen list to warn Long Islanders about invasive plant species. Porcelain berries, bamboo, and English ivy are on the list, as is Tree of Heaven, which can be a breeding ground for the invasive spotted lanternfly.
Anytime you see a tree of heaven, dig it up. girdle it and then get at the roots, because that's home cooking to the spotted lanternfly.
Trees of heaven can be found along highways, railroads, and even in backyards. And two big storms could cause big problems along Long Island beaches. The National Weather Service says Hurricane Franklin and Tropical Storm Idalia are making their way up the East Coast. Now, they're not expected to hit the island, but they are expected to trigger warnings tomorrow for high waves and dangerous rip currents. All right, it's time now for a look at your Long Island weather, and it wasn't a great day, and tonight doesn't look good either. We have showers late, and tomorrow we have some showers in the morning. Taking a closer look at tomorrow, you can see it's not going to be a great day, but it looks like the rain lets up around noontime.
Long Island weather is brought to you by the Canine Center.
The former Long Island estate of a comedy legend is on the market. Rachel Weisz has the story you'll see only in Newsday.
We're here at the former home of comedy legend Groucho Marx here in Great Neck. Do I have something on my face? Built in 1923, Marx bought this house for $27,000. Now you too can call this home after a night at the opera or a day at the races. That's because it's on the market for $2.3 million. Listing agent Abe Canfor recently had some success at the open house.
We had young people here who had no idea who Groucho was. And we had people who were here just because it was Groucho's house and they wanted to see what it looked like. So it ran the gamut of what we were expecting to see.
And Canfor gave out some souvenirs.
It's 5 bedrooms, 4 full bathrooms. The square footage of the house is about 3,700 square feet, and that doesn't include the basement and the 2-car garage. And the size of the property is just about a ½ acre.
Marx only lived here from 1926 to 1931, but he was fond of the home, even sending over a postcard in his later years.
At that time, he was performing on Broadway. When he lived here, it was mostly surrounded by woods and farmland, and it was like a giant wooded estate. The convenience of the neighborhood and its proximity to Manhattan, I think, is what attracted him, because he was working in Manhattan.
Although the house has been renovated and expanded over the years, its history is treasured by the community.
The history of Great Neck has a lot to do with live theater and actors who have lived here. And Groucho Marx is probably one of the most significant historical figures.
Rachel Weisz for NewsdayTV.
Now, to read more about the Groucho house, go to Newsday.com, click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. Museums and waterfront dining. This pet-friendly village is a great place to relax. Macy Eglin takes us to Greenport in today's destination downtown.
Welcome to Greenport, a charming little village on the North Fork. Greenport is very pet and pedestrian friendly, but the best way to get around here is on 2 wheels.
Here at NoFo Bikes, you can rent an electric bike for the day, making getting around a breeze.
Whenever my family, when we would travel, we would always rent electric bikes and go on tours and see things that way.
So Kathy brought the idea to Greenport. They opened up last year, offering hourly and full-day rentals, plus a guided tour with a farm-to-table lunch.
I do a historical tour that goes over the history, and when we ride through the town, you know, those houses were all there over 100 years ago, and they're still there today.
Take a ride over to the landmark Greenport is most well known for. This carousel at Mitchell Park has been around for a century, and it was recently renovated.
And part of the fun on this carousel is being the first one to grab the brass ring. Silver again.
And if you do, you get a free ride.
I've been coming here, and it's just so much fun. picking at a horse and riding it, trying to grab that golden ring.
Greenport is also home to several museums. Plus, there are so many local restaurants here that Long Islanders know and love, offering unique menus of all different types of food. And many of those restaurants are right on the water. End the day with a nightcap at Greenport Harbor Brewing Company.
This right here is where it all started.
They're celebrating 14 years this summer.
But this is kind of where it all began. Talk to me about, what this place must mean to you guys then, since it has expanded so much from this little spot.
Yeah, this is kind of our heart and soul here.
This original brewing location is now primarily used to experiment with new flavors in small batches, and their menu is always changing with the season.
We just started brewing our Leaf Pile Pumpkin Spice Ale. That's a crowd favorite.
It's a classic.
Yeah, that's really a classic. The pub used to be a gathering place to bring the community together, to have a good time together, and we still see ourselves as that. We're very family friendly.
It's a great place to relax. Plus, they showcase artwork that's for sale from people around the region.
There's a really interesting history here, and you can feel it, and I think folks are proud of the community, and we're proud to be part of this community.
Reporting for Newsday TV in Greenport, I'm Macy Egland.
Now for more on Destination Downtown Greenport, go to Newsday.com, click Get More below the Newsday TV video box.
When you're covering the courts, it's paramount that you get your information from a trusted source. I feel that at Newsday here, we're documenting Long Island history every single day.
Newsday, covering Long Island like no one else can.
You're watching Newsday TV. I'm Ken Buffa. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll leave you now with a look at your 7-day forecast.